welcome back to my channel. In today's video we'll see how to translate text with a cloud translation API. The cloud translation API uses Google's neural machine translation technology to instantly translate text into more than 100 languages. So in this lab we will be using API to translate text and detect what language the text is using. So in this lab, we will use Cloud Translation API request and call the API with curl, translate text and detect language. So let's start the lab. So let's proceed with task 1. We will create an API key. So first we need to create an API key here. Go to APIs and services, click on credential. Click on create credential, click API key. So you need to copy this API key. So click on this copy to clipboard. Copy this to a notepad. We will use this later. So in Cloud Shell we need to export this API key. So let's copy this, activate Cloud Shell. So we are storing this key as a variable. So first we need to set the project in the Cloud Shell by executing gcloud config set project followed by project ID. So project ID you can get it from the lab. You just copy this and update it here. So under API key, copy this API key. Now we have created an API key. You can click on check my progress. Once that is done, next we will proceed with translating text. So here we will be translating this string my name is Steve into Spanish. So we will pass the text to be translated along with the API key environment variable to the translation API with the curl command. So here and in text we are passing this, and using curl we are passing this text. So here we are specifying this API key and we are also passing this text using curl command. Let's copy this. So here you can see the translated text. So this is translated to Spanish, and under detected source language you can find it is English. So initially we passed the text in English language and now we can see the translated text in Spanish. So in task 3 we will detect the language. So using translation API we will detect the language of the text. So we will be passing this text1 and we will pass two text here, text1 and text2, and we will use the curl command, and we are passing the API key environment variable and two text here. So now we should be able to detect which languages these two text are. So let's copy this. So here the languages is this first text is Portuguese, PT means Portuguese, and the second text is Japanese. So here you can find the language your string as JA, which is Japanese. The languages written by this sampler PT and GA. So these are the ISO 6391 identifiers for Portuguese and Japanese. So you can find the list of languages which are supported by translation API by going through this link. So it lists all the languages supported by this translation API. So in this lab we learned how to create an API key and translate the text, also how to detect the language using the translation API. So once you're done with this, you can click on End Lab. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next video.